Good morning. I need to have, oh, there's some light. Good morning. This is Pamela. Which universe is 8 a.m. Central Time, 10 a.m. Central Time. And we gather.
Oh boy.
To check in.
Okay.
Grandma.
How many pills am I working?
Share.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11.
Change. Check out. It's a 30-minute.
Oh.
So I'm glad you're here.
Okay.
Well, hi, Kathy. How are you?
I don't know.
I am. Good morning, good morning, sunshine. Popping in, Carol's on the same time zone as you, Carol. As you can see back here, this is that is something that I made for my mom's birthday in August. So it's still out. So you're seeing that. I was at your mom's house. She's so happy to be here. She's in it. Yes, I'm just curious. Because I'm not and, hey, Mom, are you singing? Yep, I'm in Kansas. Kathy says your voice is low, and it sounds like her voice is louder. Is this much better? Okay, I know what happened. Hold on a sec. Come on in.
Hi.
I'm doing a meeting, but you can, it's fine that you're talking in the background, so don't worry. No worries. So I have an interesting setup in that my phone was next to my mom, so you could hear her humming. I was in the other room, so I was muffled. So if I have my phone near me, you can hear me. I don't understand this, but I need my phone near me when I lead from my computer. As long as now that I know. Oh, Michelina, you have the same audio issue. Okay, so you know what? Maybe it's not just me. I thought it was my setup. And Kathy says, oh my gosh, yes. Everyone's saying yes, much better. So we've got that solved. And it is very strange. I don't know how it all works, but it's working. And that's all that matters, right? Is that it's working. Yeah. Elaine says, okay, that's just weird. It's just weird. Why I have to have my phone with me to do a live on my computer. Somehow the audio doesn't come from my computer. It has to come through my phone. I don't know what that means. Oh, McLean says, I meant that I was having the same hearing experience as Kathy. Your phone and your computer are linked somehow. They sure are. And I don't know how to unlink them. And I don't really care as long as I just remember to keep my phone with me. So let's move to something else. Like, how are you today? How are you checking in? I slept incredibly well on an air mattress on the floor. So I'm checking in, rested and excited. This will be the first time I have visited my mom, and I'm not trying to go through stuff. I can just have fun with her. So this is really nice. It's very nice for me. Kathy says, words elude me, not sure how I'm checking in. That's real. Sometimes the words don't come. Yeah. You can just check in with your body. That right there, I think, is an important activity. I think, Kathy, it was you that said, I don't even, this could be years ago. How often do I, if I didn't have this gathering, how often would I, on my own, say, how are you feeling today? What is your check-in this morning? I know I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't think about it. Even if I do a meditation, I don't think I go to that place of, how are you? Like having that conversation with myself, how are you? So I'm glad that we do that. And so even if we check in, we don't have words, we're still checking in, right? That act of checking in. Michelina says, I'm feeling sad and confused. A friend is upset with me and I don't know how to communicate with her to resolve things. Hopefully time will help that. I'm sorry. Carol says, I'm checking in busy. Was supposed to be golfing, but weather didn't cooperate. Very glad to be here. Elaine is checking in, ready for a break. I'm heading to the beach for some therapy soon. Beach therapy is the best. Michelina says she's 1000% non-confrontational, which means I can't use words. That's tough. It's tough. I want to find her reading. I have a story for you guys. I just opened a page and I'm going to read from that. Elaine says, Michelina, I just despise confrontation as well. You may be helpful for Michelina in ways to work through it. Carol says, what is the display behind you? Asked the nosy lady. I can't, it's backwards, so it's really hard for me. That is my mother and my stepdad. I created this. You can't see on the top, it says Alita's 90th. This is a board of pictures of my mother from all different times of her life. Here she's 2 or 3 years old, and it goes through all different phases of her life. So that's what that is. And it was for her birthday in August, and she likes keeping it up. So it's staying up. So this display is just staying there. Kathy says, I was just thinking this morning how non-confrontational I used to be and how much that has changed. I think it takes courage to repair any kind of relationship rupture. It takes a lot of courage. Carol says, oh, so sweet, Pamela. Yeah, it is sweet. In her room is the happy birthday banner. She still wants that up. So who knows how long we'll keep it up, but it's awesome. Elaine says, oh, I bet she loves looking at that photo board. I bet she does, because I have her as a little girl in her 20s, college. Yeah, so I think she's enjoying seeing those kind of pictures that we don't have in an electronic format. I think they're scanned. My brother's really good at that, but for her, having them there like that is really special. So let's go ahead and ground. I can't guarantee won't be background noise. There's a physical therapist here, but we can take that in as there's a distraction that I can let go and I don't have to pay attention to. So find it feels good to you. I just wanted to straighten my back. I just feel like, oh, I'm straightening my back. I'm going to rotate my neck around. Do that in a way that feels good for you. For me, it's chin up, probably because being on the phone. And then shoulders moving in any direction, rotating them forward or back. Big, slow inhale and exhale. And closing down the eyes and just letting yourself receive. And I'm just going to read this paragraph that says, my psyche was in the deeps. And as the maps warned, there were monsters there. They stoked the fires in my core until I didn't even remember what exactly I was angry about. Only I knew I was burning. By the time I climbed into the car to drive home, I was wicking rage. I'd been played by fate. Worse, I'd been telling myself this crazy story. If there was magic and I learned to use it, then there was more to life than the human rat race. And if there was more to life than the human rat race, then exploring what magic existed in the world actually was a meaningful pursuit. The quest had ignited a sense of purpose in me, an inner calm, and a sense of knowing what I was supposed to do with my life, a feeling I hadn't felt since I gave up riding horses as a child. I later would learn to create rules for myself, to only slip into the deeps by choice, closing the way behind me to avoid a slippage where I felt out of control. I just opened to that page. This is from the book Letting Magic In by Mia Toll, and I am going to send out a request if people want to do a book club with that, probably in the next week or so. Taking an inhale and an exhale, and if you haven't already opened your eyes, begin to draw. I like to do my circle with an inhale breath for half of it, exhale breath to complete the circle, and then filling it in. It doesn't have to be perfect. And you know what? 4 years ago when I started, this would have bothered me so much that it wasn't a perfect circle. And now I don't care at all. I've grown. I love that. Kathy says, did Savannah's book make it to you before you left? No, it did not. I don't have it with me. Maybe it'll be there when I get home. I left early. I don't have a lot with a computer and it's a totally different table space. I don't have a lot of room here. It's crowded. So I have this story to tell you. I am leading a workshop on November 4th that I'm not prepared for yet. It's not like me to wait this long to start. So I was like, I knew I had this information that I was going to work from. And I opened this book and was like, oh, it's right here. So I'll take a copy of it. So I took a copy and it didn't come out right. And then I was turning the pages while the copy was making. And I saw these other pages I liked and I took pictures of them. But I never took the picture of the one that I wanted. I get on the plane. I'm like, oh, I have a half-hour flight. I'll work on this. So I pull it out and I read it and I realize the page I really wanted wasn't there. I thought, okay, universe, I think you're telling me something. So I read the other stuff and I turned one of the pages over and I started writing these meditations. And one of them was really good. I really like it. And I started getting themes and I started getting ideas of this workshop I'm going to facilitate. I can't find those papers. I think I left them on the plane. So now I have 2 messages from the universe. Like, I need to really just source this from me. I need to stop looking at other people's work. So I just find that really interesting. Like twice I'm getting that message of stop. You already know. You know. It's like a confidence thing for me. And this workshop is with the Wild Woman Project, and the founder is always there, and I think she's amazing. So I think I'm intimidated by her. So I'm going to be practicing, figuring it out on my own. Jan is here. Good morning, Jan. She says, I'm feeling happy and emotional. My son's wedding is Saturday. Oh, exciting. That is an emotional time and like super fun. My daughter's was 2 years ago in September. So 2 years and a month. Kathy says, oh, you're listening well. It took 2 tries, though. Somebody's gonna, some of you will laugh at this. So I've got the pages that I copied are from a book that's more pagan oriented. And the man next to me is reading a book about how to be more God, how to be a man. I don't remember what the title was, something about, though. It was very Christian, and how to be a good Christian man. But they didn't use those words. And I thought, oh, this is funny. I hope he can't see what I'm reading. I don't want to upset him. But I just thought how interesting how sitting next to each other and playing, we're in very different spiritual worlds.
Are you okay?
Nicolina says, oh, how funny that you were concerned that your way would upset him and that you should be concerned about his upset at all. Good point. That's a really good point. Tells you where I am with my safety of my beliefs, huh? Yeah. Instead of me concerned for him, or just not concerned for him, but, in the reverse, right? Or just even, why did I go there? I don't even go there. Why did I go there? Ooh, cool. Laura has motivated me to play with water. So I'm playing with water today with my watercolors. I think everyone who's here today has been to a retreat. I sent out a survey. So if you haven't had a chance to fill it out, it would be lovely to hear from you. And if you have, thank you. Ooh. Carol says, congrats, Jan.
You want me to come back? I'll be back. She's still in the restroom. I'll be back.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Thank you. Kathy says, my lack of words this morning have been replaced by such a deep love for our circle. There is such connectedness and safety here. Yeah, nice. Carol says, it is so wonderful to be sitting, listening, and drawing. It feels like ages since I've done all three together, and I need it badly. I know this like, just being, yeah, you guys are saying it. I don't have the phrase to say it. I'm having fun making a big old mess. It's really fun. Miss M, you're here. Miss M says, much to do this morning. What a lovely reading. If there's magic, finding more in the world can be my purpose. Yeah, exactly, right? And just think, if that was our purpose, is to find more magic. I'm just I'm taking a jump off from what you said. How different we would present ourselves in the world and how that would be picked up by other people. Because even if we're not saying words, energetically, we're saying a whole lot of stuff to each other, a whole lot of stuff. And so if that's our purpose, it's got to be somewhat contagious, right? Yes, it does. Carol says, words from Pippin are swirling in my head now. I don't know this tune lyric. You've got musical notes, so I'm assuming this is a tune. We've got magic to do, me and you. This is a really sweet story from this book of her path, and things that happened to her that started shifting the way she lived in the world. And Laura read from her, I don't know how to say this word, her herbaria book on yesterday on raspberries. And so she became a herbologist. And then there's another book that both Laura and I read from that she wrote, The Wisdom Companion, and it's about the seasonal changes, autumn, all the seasons, and it's got really cool stuff in there. I wish I could just add you in. I bet there is a way to do that. I just don't know what it is. I'll just bet you there is. To have two people live. This is a very cool, odd, abstract nature thing I've made. You looked it up. It sounds easy. Come on and sing. I wish you could. Oh, not the song. I'm in another world. Looked it up. The song is what I'm thinking of. You looked up the song. You looked up that we can actually have a couple people. You just have to do it in advance. Oh, I will be looking into that. Ooh, Miss M is cozy in front of the library fireplace. God, that sounds great. It's too warm here for that. I don't know what the temperature is outside, but it's warm in where I'm at right now. Does anyone have words for their mandala? I'm going to share. I think it'll work to share it. Look at that. Didn't that come out pretty? That was me just playing with water. And I love it. It's so cool. I like that really magenta pink that I think, Nicolina, you kind of turned a lot of people onto. Oh, Nicolina was inspired by her words about riding horses as a young girl. And there's more to that story about her riding horses. Like intuitively, she knew she had to do it, and yet she was scared to death. So some of us take in with that, right? Kathy says, gorgeous Pamela, reminds me of vintage wallpaper. It kind of does. And you know, Wednesday and Thursday night, I'm going to be staying in a Victorian. It's a real bed and breakfast. I actually didn't think bed and breakfasts existed anymore. I thought everything went Airbnb and I don't know why. I just thought they didn't. And then we're staying in a real bed and breakfast. So when we get up in the morning, we'll go into the Victorian dining room and have, I don't know, some yummy food. Kathy says, Kathy says, my words are, there's always a third way. Ooh, there's always a third way. And Carol says, my word is spinning. We'll post my mandala on Instagram, then it will make sense. That sounds good. And I will go there and add them to our stories.
Did she come on?
I don't know. I haven't moved. I don't know what my words are. Something about, some of you will come up with some words. Look, Miss M, look. I brought the other one so Mom and I can wear matching butterflies, but I'm not giving it to her. I don't think. Anyway, the things that are ideas that are coming to me about mine is from not trying to create anything, I could create beauty, something like that. I don't know what that is yet. But I didn't try to, I didn't have a thought in mind to make vintage floral wallpaper. And yet it's, and the beauty that just came. I'll think about what words. Carol says, love you all. Carol's getting filled up. I'm so glad you've been kind of absentee, and I'm so glad that you're back. Jan says, compartmentalize my emotions, keeping me safe. Yeah. Carol says, me too. Miss M is tapping into blustery autumn magic. Ooh. Oh, I love those words. They just blustery autumn magic. Don't those go together? Like that's part of a poem. Maybe a haiku, huh? You can write those. Or maybe, is that a haiku? I don't know this stuff. I know lots of things, but I don't know that thing. Well, it's been fun to be with you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy the heck out of your weekend, Jan. I know, Miss M, you've got some celebrations going. Enjoy that. And I will see you all in the ethers. Tomorrow I might be on the road, though. So I might be doing replays. Big hugs. Bye-bye.